Okay, Thanksgiving is just around the corner. And you know what that means? We're all going to sit around the table and do the thing. Say what we're thankful for. But what if I told you we've been doing it all wrong? Seriously. What if there's a much more powerful, scientifically backed way to do gratitude that could literally, and I mean literally, change your family's biology? Let's dive in. So, to really get why we're so off base with gratitude, we have to start with why we're so off base with Thanksgiving itself. You can probably picture that classic painting, right? The big, perfect turkey right in the middle of the table. Yeah, well, it's a total myth. Turns out, from the very beginning, our focus has been a little confused. Yep, you're seeing that right. The original Harvest Festival, that big 3-day party, it was basically a seafood and wild game feast. Historians are pretty sure the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag people were chowing down on deer, duck, lobster, and yes, even eel. No turkey in sight. It's just a great reminder that the stories we tell ourselves aren't always the whole picture. And that's the real point here. This isn't just a history lesson about dinner. It's a perfect metaphor for something bigger. It's not just the menu we've gotten all mixed up over the years. It's the entire way we practice thankfulness itself. We've basically created a modern myth of gratitude. You know the playbook, right? We're all told to keep gratitude journals, make our daily lists of 3 things we're thankful for, fill up those little gratitude jars, write thank you notes. And look, it all comes from a good place. It's all super popular. But according to neuroscience, it's just not the most effective way to tap into the real, raw power of gratitude. And this is where it gets really fascinating. This quote from Stanford Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, it just completely stopped me in my tracks. All the hard science, the brain scans, the studies on inflammation, the long-term psych effects, it all points to a completely different and way more powerful way of doing this. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If our journals and our lists are just the appetizer, what's the main course? What's the one thing that truly lights up the gratitude circuits in our brain? The answer is kind of wild. It turns out that receiving gratitude, or even just watching someone else receive it, is neurologically way, way more powerful than just making a list of things you're thankful for. Hearing a truly heartfelt thank you lights up the social parts of our brain so much more intensely than writing down, "I'm thankful for my cat." It's not even close. And the reason this hits so hard isn't just about, feeling good. It's about something way deeper, something that happens on a purely biological level. We are talking about literally getting in sync with another person's body. So the mechanism behind this is called neural coupling. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. When you're really locked in listening to someone tell a story, your brain waves actually start to synchronize with theirs. The patterns of your neurons firing begin to mirror the patterns in their brain. So when we say you get on the same wavelength, that's not just a metaphor. It's literally what's happening. But wait, it gets even crazier than that. This synchronization thing, it actually goes beyond the brain. There was this mind-blowing study that found that people listening to the same story, get this, even at different times, in totally different places, had the exact same changes in their heart rate. Their hearts literally sped up and slowed down in perfect unison, all dictated by the story they were hearing. So what does all this mean? It means a good story isn't just entertainment. It is a biological hack. It's a tool we have to bypass our own separate individual experience and plug everyone directly into a shared emotional state. With one story, you can make an entire room of people feel the same thing, at the same time, right down to their very heartbeat. Okay, so this is incredible science, but how do we actually use it? How do we take this amazing biological hack and bring it to our own real-life Thanksgiving table? How do we ditch the boring old list and create this powerful shared experience instead? Here it is. This is the whole takeaway right here. One single, powerful story about receiving help or kindness is more effective at creating a genuine biological state of gratitude than a list with 100 things on it. It's about the quality of the feeling, not the quantity of the items. And as if that wasn't cool enough, there's an amazing side effect to all of this. Psychologists call it the Ancestor Effect. Tons of research shows that kids who know their family's stories, especially the stories about overcoming hard times, are way more resilient. They have a stronger sense of who they are. It connects all of us to something so much bigger than just ourselves. All right, let's put it all together. Let's build a new, super practical Thanksgiving ritual. Here's exactly how you can take all this cool science and use it to biologically sync up your entire family at the dinner table this year. It's so simple. First, just ditch the old go around the table list. Just say, hey, we're trying something new. Step 2, pick a storyteller, maybe grandma or an uncle or anyone who's up for it. And then step 3, ask them to share a specific story about a time they received help, a moment of kindness that really mattered, or a time the family got through something tough together. Now, I know it can sometimes be hard to get the ball rolling, so if you need a little help, try prompts like these. Ask, tell us about a time someone showed you unexpected kindness, or what's the toughest challenge our family has ever overcome together? These kinds of questions are designed to unlock those powerful stories we need to create that neural coupling. The goal here is simple, but it is so profound. We want to stop performing gratitude and start actually experiencing it, together as a group. When you share one powerful story, you're not just making a list. You are orchestrating a shared biological event. You are syncing brains and heartbeats around a real common feeling. So this year, instead of just counting your blessings, try sharing one. Because real gratitude isn't found on a list, it's felt in a story. So the only question left is, this Thanksgiving, what story will you use to sync your family?